Welcome back, my duelist friends. Casual Duelist here. It's finally Friday again. We have our final 3-time structure build. It is going to focus on the Master of Magician's Arkana. We will have a video tomorrow. We're going to do a Speed Duel Spotlight for the week. We're going to take Sunday off this week. And then we will start our tournament on Monday. So if you guys wanted to see all of these decks in motion, me and Celestial will be handling that. It will be one full week, no days skipped, 7 straight duels in a row. And after that, I'm definitely going to check ahead, see if we've gotten a new ban list before filming any more deck lists, because after that, I'm going to start following casual format and the tier 2 competitive format deck lists. So I'm looking forward to that. I hope you guys are as well. We still have a bunch of skills we haven't even touched, because again, we used 8 out of the 20 provided to us. All the skills were new. We have new skills for, let's see, I'll just show them real quick. We got Arcana Mako. We've got one for My Valentine. Here's another Seeker. Here's another Joey. Here's a Kaiba skill, another Joey. Weevil. Bones got a skill for this. Second skill for Strings, Yugi, and Esperoba. So again, we have so many things still within the box to build. So many things within the extension that can be built now. So many things that, like, there's just so many things. Let me just say that. So without any further interruption, let's go straight to it. Let's talk about Arcana. So the skill for the tournament is this. And when we activate this, you flip this only when activated. It's now you see them. So it's basically making fun of like a magic trick. Now you see them, now you don't. Once per duel, if you have 2 or more Dark Magician monster in your hand, reveal your hand, place any number of Dark Magicians from the hand to the bottom of the deck or decks. Then draw cards based on how many cards you placed. Now let's talk about some of that wording real quick. Let's break that down. You do have to reveal your whole hand. This could be an issue, especially if you're playing up against Espa, because now that player gets to see the entirety of the hand, not just the cards that were drawn. This could backfire. However, any number of Dark Magicians placed to the bottom of the decks. I know you guys are confused about this, but through cards like Exchange, I can actually have a card that's owned by my opponent be in my hand. So that is why the wording is as such. Now, if you place 1 Dark Magician back to the bottom of a deck or decks, you get to draw 1 card. If you place 2 at the bottom, you get to draw 3 cards. And if you had all 3 copies in your hand, you get to draw a massive 5 cards. Now, remember, this is Speed Duel, right? So in Speed Duel, we start with a 20-card deck, generally speaking, and a 4-card hand. Now, if for some reason I managed to get 3 Dark Magicians in my hand, and this could be using Summoner's Art, which we will do, you got to count that card out of your deck. You got to count those first 4 out of your deck. Basically, you're looking at having about maybe 15 cards left in that. And that's if they were just all in your hand. Less if you've drawn out more stuff. So again, if you send back all 3 and you draw 5, you're drawing over 30%, over 1/3 of your remaining deck into your hand. And this skill then lets you basically make the field your playground. So the best bet, in my experience playtesting this before this, is you want the 3rd effect. It's just too powerful. So, going into this deck, what do you need? You need 3 Dark Magicians. Now, do they need to be the red armor? Today they do. Today they do. Because this is Arcana's deck, and this is a 3-time structure deck. And yes, all Dark Magicians are Dark Magicians, but he didn't have the purple armor. He didn't have the original armor that we got for this format of Speed Duel. He is the progenitor of the red armor with the internationally evil white hair. It's just a great villain's card, and I love the stance. This stance is very confident. It's very powerful. So for those of you who are really enjoying this, yes, this is cool. Could I have made these the secret rares? Yeah, of course. The secret rare was actually meant to be a part of his deck. I only chose not to because I just personally like the look of all commons. That's just me. Moving on with the deck. 2 copies, Chao Len the Prophet. Now, Chao Len, let's get him up here so that, number one, it focuses. His cyborg eye makes him look like, and I don't remember who the character is, but like if you guys are Mortal Kombat fans, you guys know who I'm talking about. You guys can tell me what the name is in the comments. But Chao Len the Prophet is one of a series of 3, essentially 3 monsters that basically all kind of go together with like a hidden backstory in the game. The other 2 being Chao Se and Kaiku. Once per turn, declare either spell or trap, target a set card the opponent controls in their back row. Look at that. Then if it's declared type, it is frozen for the turn, so it cannot activate. So again, Chao Len could suss out whether or not the back row is going to hurt us. Next up, 3 copies Chao Se, and the reason here is he's actually 1900. He crests over the rest of them. Neither player can activate the effects of spell trap cards in the graveyard. If this is sent from the field to the grave, target a spell trap in the opponent's graveyard and banish it. Basically, this is a great hedge against cards like Lost Wind that like to come back, or like the fusion, the Destruction Swordsman fusion of Yugi's deck this time round. There will be no adding that back to the hand for another use. Not as long as Chao Se is on the field. And then last but not least, Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer. You guys should know this boy by now. 1800, when it inflicts battle damage, remove up to 2 monsters in the graveyard, banish them, and your opponent may not banish cards from either graveyard while this character remains in play. So again, Kaiku doing lots of cool things. As far as protection for yourself, you're going to want to run 2 copies of anti-magic arrows. This is a quick play at the start of the battle phase. For the rest of the turn after this resolves, neither player can activate spell or traps or their effects. Neither player can activate cards or effects in response to this card's activation. So from our own turn, we can activate it from the hand or the field, whatever, during the opponent's turn from the field. Because again, it is quick play and it will take all traps out of the battle phase. So now we're just talking about stats. Next card, single copy, Dark Magic Attack. Basically, Harpy's Feather Duster when D-Mage is on the field. Next up, 3 copies of the Dark Magic Curtain. Because again, if you're going to go ahead and you're going to put 2 or all 3 of your copies back in the deck, you need to make sure that you can summon one of those B-Boys back to the field. So the way this works, pay half your life points, special summon 1 Dark Magician from the deck. You cannot summon other monsters your turn you activate this, but you may set monsters. So Chao Len, Chao Sai, and Kaiku can go in face down defense if you need the extra bodies. Very good stuff. Next up, last spell card, 2 copies, Summoner's Art. You get to add any level 5 or higher normal monster from the deck to your hand. And again, this is just in here to make sure that once we've sent those Dark Magicians back, or in order to send them back while thinning the deck out and skewing those ratios to drawing a higher percentage of our deck out, you will use these, and they will do well for you. Going into the traps, I use 1 copy of Birthright. Because you can't always keep Dark Magician on the field. So activate this by targeting a normal monster in the graveyard, special summon an attack. When the card leaves the field, destroy the monster. When the monster leaves the field, destroy this card. Call of the Haunted, essentially, for a normal monster card. And then last but not least, the big magical control trap itself, the Dark Renewal. So the way that this one works, when your opponent normal or special summons a monster or monsters, target one of them plus a spellcaster that you currently control, send both to the grave, special summon 1 dark spellcaster from the deck or the graveyard. Now, for the most part, we're going to be playing Dark Magicians. One of the things I found that I did with this was I set this after activating a Dark Magic Curtain. I had one of the Chao characters face down. I think it was Chao Se or Chao Sai, depending on your pronunciation. But I had my Dark Magician face up. My opponent summoned their only monster that they could. I hit it with a Dark Renewal real quick. I went Dark Magician plus that for another Dark Magician. Flipped up a Birthright to bring back the one I had just tributed. Multiple Magicians. This is essentially a type of glorified beatdown as it sits. So just real quick, here's the whole thing in case you guys want to go ahead and take that screenshot. You'll have the entire deck list. Let's talk some side deck options for the last time this week. So What we've got is we've got Ranchin. He's not bad. If sent from field to grave by an opponent's card, you can target a monster in their graveyard and banish it. I don't know of too many decks where I feel the need to banish things yet. Double Costin's a good card. Legion was in here if you really wanted to. Meiku was also in here. Could be useful sometimes. Definitely more of a side deck option. Sealmaster Messiah feels like it's its own whole deck that needs some research done to it. Another good card you could do is the Thousand Knives. This will allow you to target monsters on your opponent's side of the field and destroy them. They don't have to be face up. They just need to be a monster card. You can add more Birthrights or another Dark Renewal. But again, as for the most part with every build during this and last week, I really do think that this is closest to the strongest variant it can be while being just 3 times of the structure deck. So again, guys, I'm happy we made it through this. Next week, like I said, on Monday, we will get to see these in motion. I have a Speed Duel Spotlight for tomorrow. We will take Sunday off. I believe I said Sunday. Either way, we're taking Sunday off. We'll get into this tournament. It'll be 7 straight days, 7 straight matches. Tomorrow, when I do the Speed Duel Spotlight, if you guys are interested in seeing what the fight card is going to look like, I will have that then. I'm going to get with Celestial. We're going to pick the round matches, at least for the initial 4, and then we'll see what happens after that. So again, hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully you got your screenshots. I'll get my hands back out of the way just in case you haven't. This way you can get your screenshot and you'll have the deck list. Hopefully you'll support us today. A like, a comment, a subscription if we've earned it and we didn't already have it from you. And again, if you wanted to do something a little more direct as far as helping us buy sleeves and or card sets, again, with upcoming structure decks, it's very helpful. If you guys have the extra that you guys can help us with, just head over to the Buy Me a Coffee. I'll leave my link in the description below. But for the most part, guys, just do me the favor. Just have a wonderful day. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Tomorrow is the weekend. So, enjoy the weekend. We'll see you with the Spotlight. And I can't wait to start slinging these cards around and get you guys some tournament play. So, till then, you guys have a good one, and I'll see you later.